Tagozani tribe. I am excited. I am nervous. I am new to this platform where I am simultaneously broadcasting from my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. So I hope we can hear each other. So please send a greeting. Let me know where you are tuning from tonight. It is an exciting time. It's an exciting moment. I've been waiting for to actually take our work to bigger heights. So ngijabulile yazini ngibonga amakhosi amakhulu ishwinshwangu zomoya abomavula kuvaliwe laba banginikeza umlomo nolwazi. Yes, don't mind. Sia always likes to come in. Sia, I'm doing a live. Come say hi to everyone. Please see. Let's see Sia's new hairstyle before he goes down. Come see. Hey. Show them your new hairstyle. Turn back. Wow. Do you guys see Sia's hairstyle? Yeah, maybe has two at night. Okay, take your drink back. Yeah.
Mama, this thing is wrong.
It's not wrong, Nana.
Look, when I do like this, look, my face is turning.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be doing. You were just showing that. Okay, yeah, go back. So yeah, people are saying. So welcome, Gabona Ulinox from GP Pinoni. We've got some just mix from Soweto. Oh wow, Mwakwana, you are also here. That's incredible. Lesejo from Joburg. Yes, so this is what you do when you are on YouTube. Remember to like because it really helps for people who are not here to also find the teaching. Subscribe, put your notification button on so that you never get to miss my streams because every time I go live, if you've got the notification button on, it will remind you that Gogo is live, even if you have forgotten, but your phone will beep to say Gogo is live. So we're just having everybody come in, welcoming family. I'm happy to see the tribe from Facebook. Lehono, I can see you from Facebook. Karabo. Defnike Kana representing Pretoria, Komatlayeng, and Tabisengi from Facebook. Oh my God, I am so excited. So Facebook tribe, you no longer going to be missing out because every Thursday I will be doing this live both on YouTube and both on Instagram. So, and it will be saved both ends. Love the logo, says thank you to me. So I hope Tenjiwe is here. Those of you who know Tenjiwe, the comedian, the incredible comedian, I need to give a shout out to her because she's the one who really has set me up in terms of really growing my channel on YouTube. She's been my technical support. She's been my business advisor. So Tenjiwe, if you are watching, please send some love. Guys, let's send some love to Tenjiwe, the comedian. She also has her own Facebook page. She's got her own YouTube page, Tenjue the comedian. Even on Instagram, you can find her. She's hilarious. And we know that laughter is medicine. And she is lit when it comes to comedy. The queen of comedy herself is the one that really set me up. That's why you can see there's great lighting today. There's a logo going on. We're doing this. You cannot really grow on your own. They say if you want to go far, you work with others. So I'm really, really grateful. And like I said, I'm really nervous because it's the first time. So I'm gonna ask that please do not ask me questions while I am doing the teaching. You can make comments, you can say this is insightful or I didn't know that, but I'm gonna open the slot up probably like 15-20 minutes into the teaching for you to engage, because when I'm getting questions as I teach, it becomes difficult. So ngiyabhodla. Sebefikile abantu abadala. Sebefikile. You need to know that some of the things I'm gonna say today, they're new to me. I also don't know them. They're coming through me because I channel this higher spiritual intelligence. I'm a vessel. So this intelligence it actually belongs to the universal world of our ancestors' wisdom. So I've been entrusted as a custodian. What an honor, what a privilege. And please note that I am sharing as uKoko Dineo Ndlanzi from my own lived experiences. I have been practicing as a sangoma. I've been a sangoma for 12 years now. I've been a gobela since 2012. Ngalobolimbande. So on my own, it's been since 2016, but ngiqale ukukwazi ukuthwasisa from 2012. So I am bringing those experiences. So I'm not talking as somebody who's just witnessed and observed. I'm talking as somebody who has engaged and who has had lived experiences, because today's topic is the things you need to know before ungene phehlweni, the things you need to know before you pack your bags and saying I'm going to my gobela, the things you need to know before shisimpepho ubikela basekhaya ukuthi wena soyahamba. These are the things you need to know, because it is important for you to know these things. My other background is that I'm a trained facilitator. I've been a facilitator for 22 years. So 22 years experience, trained in different facilitation methodologies and processes. I am a Heal Your Life teacher. I am a relationship coach, and I'm currently a student of the mystery school. And in the mystery school, what I'm learning is psycho-spiritual healing. How do we heal our ancestral lineage, our bloodline? How do you heal your inner child? So this is the work, the background I'm coming with. And of course, I have an arts background. I'm a storyteller, I'm a poet. So when you see me really use words in a way that really lends very well with your soul, is because the orator in me, the poet in me also comes out. So all of me is brought into the space. So you take what's going to work for you with these teachings. You take what's going to serve you. It's not a one size fits all that I'm prescribing. I am just giving you guidance. You might still need to go, you get confirmation. You might still need to engage your ancestors, because what I'm going to say might actually turn your world upside down. And you might realize that the path you've been on is not the path you're supposed to work on. Nanangi, please. Give me a minute. I will need to call Umkulu and he'll say goodbye, because Usia is gonna be. I love Sia coming to the streams. No, Nana, I don't want. But if he keeps on coming, because then he's a child and he does what he needs to do. I need my focus attention here. So Safono Umkulu is downstairs. Baby Gunjan, can you please keep Sia downstairs, because he keeps coming up and you have to step. Thank you. Gonna close the door. Okay, Sia went downstairs when I called his dad, because he knows. When he was still young and stuff, but now he knows, because even when we are Sisempandeni, I need to teach him to say, Sia, mommy now is working. So there's times where he can be part of it, and then there's times where he can't be part of it, because then he's gonna go and then Ashai say my light falls and my laptop moves, and it's the first day. It's the first day I'm doing this, so I really need myself. I need to be present. I am inviting all of you in this moment, in this time, to open up to your spiritual ears, for you to open your spiritual mind. So I'm really asking you to not only listen to me with your cognitive brain, because the cognitive brain, the brain we use to interpret, analyze, and rationalize, is full of distortions. We all come here as divine beings with divine intelligence, with greater knowing, with greater knowledge, with greater powers. But the minute we become 2 years of age, when we start to actually start to build our worldview and make things familiar in our lives as human beings, we start getting programmings. We start getting cultural programmings, traditional programmings, religious programmings, environmental programming, social programmings. So our cognitive mind sometimes can really be misleading, meaning the brain of reason, especially when it comes to issues of spirituality. I hope we're still following each other. So when you are engaging, I know that you can still hear me and we're still on the same path. So let's speak about the things you need to know before you go for initiation, before Ukuthwasa, before you go ephethweni. I want to begin by unpacking certain distortions that has misled us into journeys that we were not supposed to take, or has had us speed up the process because we felt that our lives were at risk. That we felt that we had no choice, and we actually felt like this is the only way that we need to do this. Otherwise, all is going to break loose. The first distortion that reigns very strongly amongst spiritual practitioners, right? That for a distortion is a false belief system. So what I mean by a distortion is a false belief system. The first false belief system is that you are held at hostage by your ancestors. That means that they are more supreme than you are. They are in control. They are in charge. They call the shots. They do not. That is a false belief systems. We and our ancestors are in a co-creative relationship. We are in relationship because we both need each other. When our loved ones depart, whether it's recent or, generations before you, when they pass away, we hope that they ascend into a higher dimension. And in that dimension, they become an ancestor. So, hence, rituals, burial rites, and all of those things are important because they do not only aid us as the living, but they also aid our loved ones to transition, to get to the other side, to depart the physical life and enter the life of the spirit world. That's when they become an ancestor. So, not necessarily everybody who's died is now an ancestor. Some are trapped between the world of the living and the world of the dead and the world of the spirit, because you live, you die, then you ascend. Once you ascend, you get into a higher realm. That's when you become an ancestor. Hence, emadlozini kuthiwa kunedlozi elibi nedlozi elihle. The ancestors of light and ancestors of dark. Because those who are trapped in between these worlds, it is there is quite a few things. And one of the things is because the rites of passage of helping them. Ritual is a rite of passage, is helping the body transition from one state of life to another. So if a ritual was not performed or things did not go well, sometimes what happens is that the spirit does not know how to ascend and go to the higher realm where it can be a spirit of the ancestor. When we are speaking to our ancestors, we are not speaking to physical beings. Humans are the physical beings. We work with visuals because it makes sense for our cognitive brain. When they speak about Umkulu, you have a picture of which Umkulu, which Gokwa they talking about. But once your people die, the body, the physical is mortal. But in African spirituality, spirit transcend. Energy doesn't die, it changes. So when our loved ones pass on, they move from body to spirit. So they are spirit. What is spirit? Spirit is consciousness. So they are not the body. So if they're not the body, how are they going to hold your body at hostage? Because in order for them to get their needs met and the things that they are asking of your body to perform, they need to be in a harmonious relationship with you. So do you see where the distortion of we are held at hostage by our ancestor is not actually true? Because if they are just consciousness and the things that they need to do or heal or fix or restore require a body, they need your body to do that. And your body needs to be able to consent. It is a mutually beneficial relationship. That's why the distortion of you are not doing, your ancestors are punishing you, your things are not working out because you need to twasa. They're not working out because Ukuthwasa is to realign yourself to your divine self, is to align yourself with your higher consciousness, your God self, and your God self is where your ancestors of light are also at. some of your ancestors, because also the ancestors, when they depart, depending on where they were at and how they lived, there is a hierarchy as well in the spirit world. Not everybody is sitting next to the throne of God, but our ancestors, when they become consciousness, they've got easy access to the throne of God. Makes sense? Rama said. So that is the first distortion. So it means that you cannot take this gift and go initiate because you were told that you will be punished by your ancestors. Though you will see their wrath, you will see it is a religious programming of having us fear Creator instead of revering Creator. Because when we are in fear, we move away from our own power. In fear, we are easily manipulated. In fear, we are easily taken advantage of. I did a short video on the God wound. So when we are in fear, we are actually in a negative, and in a negative, we are not able to create. Because creation happens when we are in relationship, not fearing relationship, not relationship that is only going to benefit the other side. So that distortion, I hope, is clear. Know that your ancestors are not going to punish you if you don't want to twasa. Does it mean that your things will go well because you said no? No. And I'll explain later why still things fall apart, not because of the punishment of the ancestors, because you are resisting who you truly are. By the time you are born with your gifts. The ancestors don't give you the gifts. They give you the mission, meaning what is it you need to do now that you've got a gift, right? So you are given a template of being a healer. You are given a template of being an elder. You are given a template of being a preacher. Therefore, this is the mission to be accomplished. But you can't get to the mission before you work with the gift itself. You can't want to know what am I supposed to heal if you have not worked with the gift, because the first thing that gift heals is thyself. Your gift is supposed to see its usage with you. Hence, Uguye is incremental for the gifted, because Ukuthwasa, it's about having a lived experience. So when if uthwasa ngamaphupho kuphela, uthwasa ngamalentuzana, uthwasa ngamaphupho kuphela, uthwasa, there's a funny, oh, I see. Uthwasa ngamaphupho kuphela, uthwasisa idlozi lakho. And I'm not saying that is not true, but there is a discourse into that, because not all ancestors are of light. So if you have not been mentored, because you don't go to your gobela, that's another distortion, to give you your gift, to give you your power. You go there for them to activate things for you. They are an activator. Hence, it's very important to be led by your ancestors and your higher God self. Some people call it your God's wisdom, your higher intuition, your higher self, your beingness, because it's not just the ancestors want. You also have to consent. And I'll tell you what, because when it is time for you to go to Asa, nobody's going to convince you to do it. You will have a deeper inner knowing, the time is now. Are you following me, tribe? Nobody's going to convince you. No sign can be clearer except for you saying, I know it is time. Because there's people who will get a sign and they will only go initiate 3 years later because they have not yet consented. So you need to understand that the Lozi world also operates within the sacred laws. So the laws of Creator, the laws of Ramasaid, we do not work against those laws. So the law of consent is very important. Hence, even if when uboniswa izinto ezingale. So let's say uyangena uboniswa intwaso. You already see the initiation process. You need to be at the level where you can undergo that. And that's why you are shown a Kobela, because your Kobela understands the requirements of getting to grade 5 from grade R. And your Kobela understands Guti, when as dinero in flesh, everything of yours is still at grade 00. moving you to grade 5 into from grade R to grade 5 will be detrimental, and it will be ineffective, and it will not actually serve you and those who you are working with and those you are walking with. So hence abanye maybe figure but no, idlozi lijahile, because remember, spirit does not have, the time is an illusion in the spirit world. Things all exist in that moment and in that time. And because you're not held at your ancestors, you can't go epiphany this week. And especially, so let me speak about what do I know of Ukuthwasa. Ngithwaseni, ngithwasa umnguni, ngithwasa umdawo, ngilungisa inzunza, ngiyazi amakhosi angiwathwasanga, ngiyawazi, ndenza ithonge lemhlophe isiXhosa. I know I still have to do silopo. I know I still have to do something yamaswati. I know, so I can't initiate you on a journey I have not been initiated on. That's something you need to be clear before you go ephehlweni. Has your gobela been initiated in the things that your ancestors and your spirit is guiding you towards? You can't go to Mem Sebeleti, a prophetess or a prophet, and want to initiate Sindaw, bangana Sindaw. Even if you can see Sindao and you can see certain rituals of Sindao with them, it's also asking them, they're needing this. So dreams are very important, but you gotta be able to find somebody who can actually interpret and discern the dreams beyond just the obvious, because not everyone is gifted with the gift of dream interpretation. We'll do dreams another time. I'll teach on dreams. I just wanted to touch on this. So, Ngosazan, I'll touch on Kobongo now. So I just wanted to set the context. So with the things that in Twasang, I know for sure, and I can stand my ground. Uma utwasisa isindao or uyotwasa umdao. If you want to know about umdao spirit, I will do another teaching later, because as I know more, I teach more. You know, there's a lot of information I have now understanding Lendao spirit, because it was so unguni nomdao la Soweto, and when I had to go to Mozambique to do another initiation process, was uhamba ugo lungisa the Ndao spirit to awaken my Nzunza spirit. Because even at Lozini, there are stages, there are grades you go into. You can't say ukuthi ngithwasa umnguni umdawo isithunywa umlosi inzunza all at once at the same time in 3 months. It's impractical. It's impractical. And I can stand here and say it's impractical. You cannot twasa everything. Because I ask some people who twasa at yonkinto, yonkinto. The minute there's ambiguity, when you are ambiguous about what is it oyitwasayo or oyoitwasela, understand ukuthi that's a red flag. Don't leave your house uthi ngiyotwasa kagogo Dineo. Unga understand ukuthi uyotwasa dlozi elinjani. What are you initiating? Because you need to understand what it does my initiation, or what requires initiation. Initiation is about awakening, activating that already exists within you. Do I have the keys to activate it? How am I going to activate your Ndao spirit if I have never even went through the path of initiation? You can't teach that which you have not been taught. You can't speak of what you don't know about. You see, you can't offer that you don't have. So when you are going to somebody to initiate you in a particular ancestral gift, how are you then going to initiate me in such if you don't know such? What are you going to gift me and give me because you don't have it? So let's be clear on that thing. That's the other, the other thing we need to deal with, the other distortion that we're talking about, where people think that but now wants to go and initiate amathwasa bazohlala kwakhe balandela umthetho wempande owashelwa ubani. A wise man said this, wati Kokoshmoyana wati, inkosi angeke ibe inkosi ingazanga yakhothamela enye inkosi. You cannot be king if you have not yet bowed down to another king. You know, even when these people say, yeah, mina, my closest are powerful, you see, they don't want any gobela. I am, then it means Guti, then that's okay, that's fair enough. But then don't come and want to dictate at another king's home, because yours are king already, so they should reign supreme in their kingdom. They can't want to come and say, I am king. No king reigns supreme in another man's kingdom. I'm just using an analogy. No queen comes and rules in another's kingdom. You go through initiation, because ukuya ephehlweni ukuyophehlwa, ukuyohlengwa, ukuyohlelwa, ukuyohluzwa. The gift is already there. Some of you go ephehlweni seliyaqubuka already dlozi liyakuvukela. Some of you already go ephehlweni, they can see things that come to pass. Some of you can even pray for water and people can be healed. I went ephehlweni, I could consult, I can do a lot of healing work, but I still went ephehlweni. Because ephehlweni, you are there to firstly heal thyself. And it's not healing thyself by just the medicine, it's not the herbs, it is not the rituals, but it also unravels your shadows. As your gift, as your power gets activated, so are the other things. Because those things must come to the surface in order for you to know what's going to get in the way of me taking this mission that the ancestors have asked me to take on. So you need to understand, Guti, one of the things you must be very clear of, when you go ephehlweni, prepared for your shadows to come to surface, prepared for your vulnerabilities to come to surface, be prepared for your weakness to take the limelight, prepared for things that you've been hiding and that have been in secret to be unrevealed. They need to come to the surface, because those things that are in the dark are getting in the way of your light. Be prepared. Be prepared to go ephehlweni and understand that you gotta have to put in the work to get in the results. You need to be able to plant, water, prune before you harvest from the tree of your gifts. Kuyasetshenzwa. Be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Slow. Be prepared. Ephehlweni. And your own belief systems and your own values to be challenged. Because ephehlweni, it's a rebirth process. You are being born anew. Your old false self, it has to die. Yikho mothwasa isinguni kuthiwa ilanga lakho lokufa. The old you is the one that was getting in the way of your power, of your success, of your relationships, of your job, of your money, not your ancestors. The old you, because your old you is programmed in a way that is out of alignment with their higher divine self. It is programmed to be disconnected from spirit, from amadlozi, from umdali. The old you lives in the world of separation. You go kuya ephehlweni to understand that you're a multidimensional being. You exist as the body, you exist as the mind, you exist as your emotion, you exist as your soul, and you exist as a spirit. Because iphehlo is there to actually unravel your shadows so you can see the true light of things. Hence, you can't just pack your bags and go. One of the things you also need to know before you're ephehlweni, have you worked in any form with that healer before you are asking them to take on a task of being your gobela? Because not every Sangoma is called to become a Gobela. But right now, with social media running as recruitment agencies, it is very easy for people to fall prey to those who want so badly the title of Ugobela to say they are Gobelas, because somewhat Ukuthwasa has become a lucrative business. And there's nothing wrong with it becoming a business, because there is financial, that's the other thing. Be prepared to spend a lot of money, but spend your money where you know you are investing. And not investing because you're going to get lots of money back, but you are going to come out well. Because when you are well, the well of possibilities is abundant. So we need to understand, Guti, that's why you can't go. So you can't go to a healer because uvuge upupu koko dineo and you are packing your bags, you want to be initiated. Because dreams alone are also not enough to get you through a pehlweni, but they are important. Remember, in the spirit world, it's an end and an end. It is dreams, it is end and an end and end. Spirit world is not about either or. When you go epiphany, understand you're gonna start to see the world as black and white, not black or white. So when you understand, Guti, there is all of this that is required. The most important that I believe is important before you even decide Guti your twasa. Are you self-aware of your mental state and your emotional state? What are the things that are going on in your headspace? What are the things that are not at ease with yourself? You know, it is depression because probably you're deeply suppressing the true identity of yourself so you can belong. Yet, you might also be suppressing the things that needs releasing, the healing that needs to be performed, and you think going a pehlweni, it will heal everything. That's another distortion. You don't go epiphany to heal everything. You go epiphany to be reborn. But you cannot be reborn if you are even unconscious of the things of your old self. If you do not understand your own shadows and your own limitations, if you don't understand what mina nginenhliziyo encane, I am impatient. I want things to be done in my way. I want control. You know, I don't want to be wrong. I'm always right because you see, I've got X number of qualifications or X number of experience. Ekaya bonke bathwasile, so I know, right? You can't go epiphany knowing when and there's nothing you've ever done in your life that it is you are wrong. It's always about somebody else. Goko, why udla makhekhe? We don't eat this epiphany, and you're like, no, but I don't know, nobody told me. But we told you last week, yeah, but so and so saw me eat them and they didn't say anything, or I saw Coco Palisa eating them, so I thought it is fine. Victim mentality, epiphany. You're gonna move out of ipehlo worse off than you were when you came in. And I'm not saying you go in there healed, but go there aware. You've got limitations. You've got limitations. Because when you are aware, you can get to acknowledging, and that which you acknowledge, you can heal. But that which you deny, it will continue to rule supreme. Because that which you resist persists. So, do you understand, Guti? Basically, epehlweni, understand your ego pathologies. You can't even go epehlweni when you miss two good shoes. The perfectionist epehlweni is not gonna work. When you want everything to go right, and when everything goes wrong, you want to save everyone and take responsibility for everyone. No. No. Let me get some questions before I continue. I think I've laid the foundation. I've laid Yongindo. I don't have flu. I think I did, yeah. Just yeah. Yeah. Let's hear. So I'm opening up for questions. Mapifo says you can say that again. Gobela of these days, Babuya Epehlweni, the first month, the next month, Babuya Batwasis. We see Zinto Langapandle, but also we are so gullible, you know. We too are very gullible, and as because we are so gullible, we also fall for everything. We fall for trends. We fall for what looks popular, you know, for what looks quick, what looks easy. That's why I'm saying be aware of your ego pathologies, because you will be misled by ego. You will easily, if you are in your ego, your false sense of self, your ego is a gift, actually. It is an indicator of the things you need to be working with. My ego pathology is the Messiah. I'm the rescuer. I am the hero. You know, let's save everyone. But sometimes those who you are saving that have not asked you to save them, will drown with you. You will throw in a rope and they will pull you in the water with you, and you will look like them. So, Togoza Koko, yes, it's being recorded. So you can share this video afterwards. I hope I'm gonna be able to save it afterwards, because I've never done this. But it will say end broadcast, and it would. I'm assuming, but I'm sure it will get saved. It will get saved. But definitely, I know on YouTube it will get saved. So when I end this, I'll quickly be on a call with Tenjiwe just to help me. I forgot to ask Guti how do I save it, but I think that there are prompts afterwards. Gogo, why is it expensive to go for initiation school? Why is it expensive to go to university? Maybe you answer me that. Why is it expensive to get a good education? Let's speak about why is life expensive. It's the current reality we live in, right? Petrol might be 30 rands by end of July. So then you expect to go to Imbuzi right now, a good sizable car, a goat costs about 3,000, 3,000 rand. A pack of beets is between 200 and 300. So it is really not about everything going to Ukobela, but there are things that you need to get there, that you need to get that are connected to your journey that have nothing to do with Ukobela. So I asked you that, you said it's a mutual relationship, not a punishment or being forced to accept the calling. How do you go about telling your ancestors that you don't want to take up the calling? Remember, the calling, you are born with it. Before you become a physical body, in the spirit world, there are agreements which we call soul contracts. And there's a YouTube video where I spoke about soul contracts, where you make an agreement that I am coming to this world to serve a particular purpose. So when you are in denial of why you are here, do you think existing in denial of why you've actually come in the first place is going to be a fruitful life? So you tell them, but it's not them who's giving you. They're giving you a mission, but you can't get to the mission before you accept the gift. So if you say no to the gift, then you have to deal with the consequences of saying no to yourself. When a Toyota refuses to be that and wants to be something else, when a banana tree wants to be a grape and thinks that it's going to grow in the Western Cape and thrive under that environment and those circumstances, what's going to happen? Are we going to say Western Cape is punishing poor banana, or are we going to say that but the bananas is not supposed to be grown there, right? We're going to say, hey, and it's the one that moved. Well, bananas don't have feet. I'm using analogies so that it can make sense. So you do, if you say no, you are saying no to yourself. You are saying no to yourself. There were contracts made before you were even born. That's why even those, not everyone is called to be a Sangoma. A lot of us are going into Sangoma initiation because we have lost rites of passage. There as that were done by us as Africans. I said ritual are rites of passages that helps you transition from one stage of life or one state of life to the next. So ephetweni, there's a lot of other things that are done that have to do with things that could have been done ekhaya. That's why you can't just go ephetweni. I said, do not just go because you dreamt of a kobela and pack your bags. What are the things you have done? There has to be prior rituals, a prior engagement with that person to come ultimately to say Fanolu. You can't wake up and be told go to Netlozi. Then you're like, oh, I must go Twasa. No. It's a journey. There must be rituals and processes in between that actually leads you towards a clearer path of your journey. Hence, Mopum, you will know which one Twasa is lobo. I don't have to tell you. You will know because where you are shown and the things that you've experienced are relating and connecting to Islam. Oh, there's so many questions. Oh, Togoza Koko, please explain about Bunganga Chipo. Bunganga Chipo are Makela, right? They are herbalists. So healers, Africans, healers who are gifted in understanding the medicine. So meaning I will do a teaching on different kinds of African spiritual practitioners, but they are gifted in understanding the medicine. And the medicine is not only the herbs, There is a whole lot of other things that is regarded as medicine, but they are gifted the gift of understanding the medicine. So I always use this analogy, like your sangomas become like your doctors because they diagnose. Yeah, dingaka chipu don't do diagnosis. They will actually know what is the medicine of a diagnosis, but not everything. Sangomas have the ritual, right, as well, because the sangomas have a portal to the world of the ancestors, so they connect to the portal. And yes, Dingakachipo does, but they don't always have to consult. If they know that Umlulama, this is what it does, they won't have to ask if this is what it's gonna do for you. So Yabona, these things of mass cleansings, mass everything, it's actually it's misleading, because not everything is gonna work for everyone. Not everything is going to work for everyone. So that's why even when you've got a headache and you go to a pharmacist, they prescribe mara, the headache doesn't go away, because there's an assumption that's placed about your headache. Based on the description of your symptoms, they assume this is what. But when you go to a doctor and then they say, actually, no, the diagnosis is this, and actually the headache tablets are making you worse, so this is what you need to. So the sangomas actually dig for root causes of the problems, whereas when you go to ngakachipu or rikeza, they will basically just deal with the symptoms of your ailment. Vangile Khatebe says, Coco, I wish I knew you before I went to Epiphany, but I learned a lot by myself, even though I was in the wrong place. It's part of initiation, and I love that Makhatebe Mtimkulu Pungani. I love the fact that you also, as hard as it is, but you have not become bitter. Because bitterness is poison that you are drinking, hoping that somebody dies from it. It's not going to serve you. Understand, Guti, where have I missed the mark? Because you don't just get misled, we also miss the mark. When you don't listen to the navigator, it says turn left and you turn round, you'll go around in circles again. So somewhere in you've missed the mark. Take responsibility for your part in it, so that you can have a better ability to respond the next time you need to do something with your gift. Eunice says, I agree with you, Gogo. Yazi, ngalanda umdawo wami 4 years ago olwandle, and 2 years ago abogogo wanted ibhayi lepalo and the white one. Today I went to buy ibhali lendawo. Okay, lelanga. Okay. I agree, Coco. There's no one size fits all. Okay, comments. Thank you so much for your comments. My body has started rejecting certain foods, alcohol, places, ways of living. Could this be an alignment of some sort? Not necessarily. It could be that your body is rejecting certain foods. So let's also not, I think that's a very important sense that you have just described. Don't go epiphany because you are interpreting a particular threat of symptoms. Yeah, I have a headache and my back is sore and I burp, therefore I have a calling. Disease in African spirituality is something that is not at ease in the body. So even when you are not at ease in your mental body and emotional body, you will get a headache. When you are not at ease in your body, you will bother. You will get acid reflux. Acid reflux also means ukuthi there's unprocessed rage. Uyaboila bathi ngiyabila. Ubona umuntu mekakwatile athi ngiyabila ngaphakathi. So mawubila ngaphakathi, you'll release. You will back. So let's not also, don't go because you are just looking at one symptom. If you have not watched my stream, please go to the YouTube stream that says signs that might tell you have a calling, dreams that are indicative to you have a calling to initiate. Look at those, and then once you can watch those videos, then you can start to gauge where you are at with what we are talking about today. I think, Gogo, you should also be teaching guidance about what one has to do once they are out of their Gobela's hands, guidance once you're back home, where you truly need to connect with your ancestors. Well, the other thing is that your Gobela is your spiritual parent. So that relationship with your Gobela, irrespective so Makotwana is us, the physical entities that are doing the the spiritual work. So I had issues with my Gobela, and there was stuff and not nice stuff that happened. But I also understand, Guti, I am bounded to that spiritual parent, and I needed to go and address the things that I needed to address. Our relationship is not 5-star, but our relationship is there with my Kobelas too, because there are times where not even another healer can help me. There are times, there are predicaments I keep on facing. Even today, I was dealing with a dilemma, and I need the elders of Lempande what do we do in this predicament? Because it's the same thing ukuthi angeke uthathe umkhize azowenza amasiko kaKhumalo, right? Unless there is clear evidence ukuthi yazini ngoba umkhize, this is, then you are guided. Because there were things that my Kobela, we struggled with. And I didn't go from impande yabo mabulani njengoba endleleni abangani basala bathi abathi ngaya kwimpande kabani bani. I went back to the head and I said, Kobela Kobela kunje, manje, what must I do? And for me, this is what I've learned at Losini. It's very, when you are also in the wrong, because we sometimes are easy to feel we are the victims. Because I was once Ukuthwasa, because I Kobela Manuachikana, hey, this is too abusive, this is in. And I'm not saying there are Kobelas who, no Kobelas are in the wrong. Because I too, as a Kobela, when I'm in the wrong, I admit. Because that's one thing you also need to know before you go. Your Kobela doesn't know everything, and your Kobela is not always right. I, as a Kobela, I say I don't always know everything, and I'm not always right. Because when ungene phehlweni, as much as I am your teacher, but you are my teacher too. Not you in your spirit. Because remember, the gift is about ascending to higher spiritual dimension. Those who are sitting in higher dimension have also come to taught me something. We are not speaking about rituals, so I don't want to speak about Ukfemba. There's a video there on YouTube. Let's focus on the topic so that we can get to as many questions as we can. But we're asking, so I will do a Q&A. Maybe next time we'll do a Q&A, because now there is a lot of questions. I want to focus on the things you need to know more before you go. Gogo, explain more about Umdawu spirits. There is a YouTube video. Go subscribe. My YouTube video is Gogo Dineo Ntanzi. Those I see these questions are coming mostly from Facebook tribe members. You've missed out a lot on the teachings. There's a lot of teachings, and what I like about YouTube is that you don't have to have social media. You can just go on the browser and Google Crocodile on YouTube, and there'll be streams and streams of teachings there. So I'm just wanting to focus on the topic. There will be a time, beloved Facebook tribe members, where I do a Q&A. Maybe next week we'll do a Q&A. And then in the Q&A, then you can ask me all these questions and I can revisit. So can I ask tribe members from YouTube, because I know the YouTube tribe members are the ones who come from Instagram. Kindly, pretty please put the link, copy the link of my YouTube channel there. It's also on the timeline of my Facebook when I posted about tonight's stream. And I want to say, Instagram tribe, we gotta give the Facebook tribe members a round of applause. I mean, the pays we're seeing how you've showed up here, because as a tribe, we also have rules of engagements. Tribe, we are a respectable, we engage respectfully. We do not hate. We do not, we are not toxic. So this is not a toxic space, and this is a space where we all are learning, including myself. So even when somebody comes and makes a very concrete point, but we are also not here to be, fixers and heroes of people. We are not here to mislead people with information. When somebody starts to say something, have you consulted them? Yes, they might be depicting, but I just explained now, it's actually also rage and, unprocessed. So those who have not healed or from certain things and are carrying anger towards those things, unhealed, it boils in your stomach. And when your stomach is boiling, then so thank you so much, Facebook tribe. Let's keep it that way. But I know I've got the Instagram tribe who always, when people go offline, they will remind people, if when you need certain details, the Instagram tribe, please make sure you do that. I've got an intimate tribe member there. Lerato, I can see you are winning your space. So we will expand our tribe. I've got 10 tribe members. So you saw I posted a reel the other day. These are people who've been following my work, supporting my work, supporting, and not Dineo, but the work itself, and getting, because I am about teaching. I am about the work. I'm about, let's get the true teachings out there. Let's talk about true healing. Let's talk about true healing, not this false light, not the dark side, not all of that, because what you put your energy on, it grows. So we are expanding the tribe, and maybe we'll open it up to Facebook and add 5 more members to become part of the intimate tribe. So what does it mean when you are the tribe? That's when you come to Imikiti, you have access to certain things that the normal bigger tribe community would not otherwise have access to. But you will have to go through the core tribe and be vetted by the core tribe. Aboloyiso are here. I saw Ulungile was also here. To me, the tribe leader is here. So you will have to go through a verification process by the other tribe because they've been a tribe for over a year now. And also, what you get is that sometimes I do these big events where I'm giving talks or speaks. So I always ask for a space. Luiso went with me to, to a recent event that I did. Togoza Koko, would you advise Ukuthwasa to go outside of Imbande to consult if they feel uneasy, unsure about their current Gobela? No, before. So do all the things. You don't do that because by the minute you go petrol, understand that you are already signing with I am starting. So you unsureness and what's creating the discomfort. Work with that discomfort. So you don't go, and if you feel good something is off, you can ask your Kobela, because Minama Trasawam they go. When I've got into us and other things, I ask them, they go. But I also take them to people who are in alignment with my principles and my ethics. Because you can't just go to everyone. Everything is wrong about them. Yabona ukuthi koko wako is the TV koko, your koko wako is this. No, 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 no. We need to also see when you say something is wrong, what is that is wrong? Is there something there? Because if there is something really wrong, partly litshela ugobela ukuthi hayi baba ma la usuhamba ungahambi kahle and ugobela meka neqiniso and uzoya kugobela elineqiniso ngoba uthunyelwe ihlozi uzokhona ukuthi hayi la ngiyabona ukuthi kudala ngayenzi so, you know. Temba, hey, we miss you at Cosmo. Togoza Koko, you are such an inspiration. Your teachings, may you grow. Thank you so much for the feedback, Temba. Yanke is saying, hi Coco, how do you initiate myself if I was a Sangoma, saying Cameroon but live in SA? How do you initiate yourself? I don't know because I've never initiated myself, so I really can't tell you. I can't tell you how do you do that because it's something I have not done. I've always been initiated. I've been self-taught on other things. Like I've been self-taught on how to read hands, do angel cards, a lot of things, but initiation and to come out and say I'm a healer, because I never even would say that I'm a healer prior to initiation. I've been doing readings since 2003, but I only said I'm a healer in 2011 when I completed my initiation process. Coco, what if your Kobela emotionally blackmailed you? Ungene ephehlweni, now you keep having dreams where they will tell you are not supposed to be at ephehlweni yet. Hey, then ask them what you're supposed to do. Because how come they didn't intervene now before then? Why is it so convenient, Guti? And I hope you're not a petrani, because then I don't like that. When I've had initiates who would want to join the stream, this is the problem, and that's also the problem with Facebook. Facebook has too many gobelas who have not even seen a door of a petro. There's too many know-it-all at Facebook. That's another thing. Before you go a petrani, be willing to detach from your own life. Disconnect. You can't be connecting to Idlozi, but you're still on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You are going to be distracted. So even when uzothi ngiphupha kabi, it's no longer that you are dreaming badly, you are consuming badly, because some of your dreams are just your own subconscious thoughts, are things that you have buried in your subconscious that are unraveling. That's why not everybody can say, oh, I see a snake. It's because people say snake, I know that's darkness. Oh no, that's umdao. Snake can be many things. There is streams, teachings on YouTube on dreams. Because some I know guys, I know Guti, there is a lot of healers who come and watch me on YouTube and they're sitting here and taking notes, and then they either go and do the teachings. Fine, I've inspired you, but don't go and initiate people from just watching me on YouTube. Because I'm here and there's nothing about my initiation codes and how to initiate I'm discussing here. I'm not gonna tell you to Motrasa Nguni, this is this, Motrasa Ini, this is this. No. Koko, do we ever run out of time, Ukuthwasa? Remember, I said, Uguti, in the spirit world, time is an illusion. So you feel you are running out of time because you know you need to do what is needed for you to be connected, to be aligned. So it's not like you're running out of time on the other side, right? Your things are falling apart. Your things are falling apart because you are not in your trueness, in your power. You are in an illusioned world. So things are falling apart. When your car is falling apart, you have not serviced it. Your wheels are falling up because there's no wheel alignment. So it's not that the car is that the things that are needed for the car to function better have not been done. So same with you. Your things are falling apart. Yes, things do fall apart. That's one thing you need to know. Things do fall apart. Relationships might be lost, jobs might be lost, parents might move away because those things are part of your own identity. You are going a petro and you need to understand ipetlo is to retreat. Removed. You to retreat is you are moving away from the world into you going within. You are returning to within. So certain things that are going to be a hindrance and an obstacle, they need to collapse. We call it collapsing in order for you to retreat. But when you are not aware of your shadows and your ego pathologies, hence the emotional and mental work is very important because abanye bethu, it's not really that ngene phehlweni, go heal your, go work with your mental illness. Some of us have personality disorders disguised as amadlozi. And of course, because but is it a dlozi that is to be initiated and a dlozi that is to be healing other people? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Not everyone with a calling must go initiated. Not everybody who's initiated is going to be a practicing sangoma. And not everybody who's a practicing sangoma is going to be a kobela. And not everybody who's a kobela is going to be a sanusi. And not every sanusi will be an ascended master. How do you get there? You work for it. But ukuthwasa akupheli, meaning growth and rebirth does not end. So you can't go but say you think you know it all, you know everything. There's a lot of things that I am just discovering now. 6 years later into my gobalaship, I realized that actually this is a distortion. One of the things you need to know, going ephehlweni is not to return your investments back, what you've lost back. Going ephehlweni doesn't guarantee you that you're going to come out and your marriage will fall into place, you will get the job. Expect that. You might leave Petra and things will still collapse. Why do they collapse? They are attached to your old self. They are getting in the way of your new self. I lost my car when I came in Petra. When I went to Petra, I lost my job. Only now that I realized, actually, when I did the tech talk, it's when I realized, yeah, but how was I going to know so much and learn so much? Because my work required me to travel quite a lot. So I would have not really traveled. So that's why. That's really why I my job. It's only recently that it's more like, oh, now it makes sense. At the times like charging for me, why me? There was that. I had my victim moments especially without really seeking. So when things happen, seek to understand what is the lesson to be learned, not what is the punishment handed down. What is the lesson? Everything is a lesson to be learned. Until you learn the lesson, your soul will continue to be attracting similar experiences in different bodies, in different things, but the lesson is the same. Once you learn it, you break the reoccurrence, you break the cycle. So, Goza Coco, when your shadows come to surface, how does one uh, cope during your journey, epiphany? Like right now, uh, um, once we psychologist, but how Pagatu Banjani is or is the process go to the core? Well, I think different initiation schools work differently. So for me, at the Mbandeni, we do. I'm a coach, so and I'm a heal your life teacher. So the reason I speak so um the way that I do is because I have different experiences. I'm not just trained as a sangoma. So it would be that if your shadows surface and they are getting in the way, is for you to get a mental and emotional healer. And yes, when we used to initiate for 40 years in Egypt, 3 years ephehlweni, this is how, when the process was much longer, you would also have a psychology, because ubungoma is psychology. But because we've separated things and we've actually, broken things apart, we have not actually understood that these things do exist in polarities. One day I will do a teaching on the psychology of ubungom that will also help you understand, because when you are going through certain shadows, they are asking you to pay attention to the things. They are showing you moments where you have held grudges. They're showing you times where you have been unforgiving. They're showing you times where you yourself have been sinister. They're showing things that have actually hurt you, that you have not been wanting to acknowledge because you felt that they're going to make you weak. So shadows are an invitation for you to heal, because as you heal, you do better. As you heal, you do better. Kumalo Mtunga, ngicela uyobheka i-stream on YouTube, because you are on YouTube, that speaks about the Ndao spirit. There's also another stream on YouTube that speaks about the different kinds of ancestors, where I in Pekumdao, in Zunza, Abelosi, Amanguni. So please watch that. But I'm gonna do part twos of all my videos, because some of them were done long time ago. I'm sure we're up forever growing, learning, and evolving. So there's more information, and meaning more information means more clarity of things. Lucia, usephehlweni, when you say my other hand says tasso finish, I don't know. And I honestly don't like advising people about go to leave phehlo, stay I don't know. I have not worked with you, so I don't know what's going on in your ancestral field, because I might be interfering and you might be telling me your side of the story, but there are always two sides to a coin. I don't know. So you are also asking me to be integrable, to give an input on your whole process based on a sentence or a question you are asking. It's a reflection on me, not on you. My guidance to say, Guti, one, you shouldn't even be here if listening to all these different teachings, because it becomes conflicting and you start to feel where you are at is the wrong place. That's why I said, do not go ephehlweni. You need to be able to have worked with this person on several things. If they were able to help you, heal you, move you from point A to B, then you know that they've got a capability. But if you went from bad to worse, and every time they tried and they tried, and you've done series and you've worked with them for some time, but things keep on getting worse, then the next day they say, come Twasa, because things are getting worse because it's Twasa. No, something is amiss there. So you need to understand. So I do recommend that before you go, do some work with that healer before they become your Kobela, because Kobela is higher. It's like, Kobela is teacher. So you are healer before you are teacher. You can't teacher before you learn how to be a healer. You can't be a Kobela if you are not yet a healer. There's no way. Because from healer, you get initiated, because even Kobelas go through initiation. There are Kobela codes you are given. So that's why you see people do imihlolo kuma social media, because they never received ama codes. We are given codes as Abokobel. There are certain things we are told that are do's and do nots. Things that I didn't know when I was just a sangom. When I just healed, I didn't know. So I only knew them when I became a Kobela. Which the reason this is not done is because of this. The reason that you are not supposed to be sexually intimate, a person, is this. That's another thing you need to do. Work through your addictions before you go a person. For some of us, it's food. For some of us, it's substance. For some of us, it's cloth nawa. Banye bethu sine nawa. Sinepentshisi. Work with that, because Petro is about discipline. And as your shadows emerge, they need a soother, because remember, addiction is about soothing. It's about soothing and comforting and a feel good temporarily moment. So kuzothi mese kule ntuzana wena you soothe yourself ngebeans, ha, uzomoshile ke beans umoshile. I will then explain another time, because this is obvious. Layer beans is obvious ukuthi ayivumelwanga ephehlweni. It doesn't matter ukuthi kuya kuyiphi impande, because beans, you cannot be, beans understanding ngikhuluma ngenhlofhlof. I can't say that, because we have to, there are principles of engagements la esifanele sizilandele, you know so omunye phezu komunye ephehlweni ayifuneki, because remember, you are entering into an activation of opening you into a higher portal. So when you are opening yourself into a higher portal, you can't then be inviting other spirits and other energies to that portal. It's going to be conflicted, it's going to be, disturbed, it's going to be muddy, it's going to be murky. But say you start dreaming of things that don't exist, because now you've taken on other people's energy. Because omunye phezu komunye, it's an energy exchange. You give yourself of someone and they give themselves of you. So you are left with parts of them. So if parts of them, they come with a huge dark energy field, you don't know. Yeah, said it there. So zilungise, zicoce before uya. If you've got certain addictions, because even with food, there is food restrictions. Lapaya. So when we figure, and every time the tough gets going, we're selling a bowl of ice cream. Zobanama flames. Zobanama flames. All right, I think all the questions are done, and I think I'm past my hour. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege. Thank you for all the likes, tribe members. Thank you, my Facebook tribe. Welcome to the Cocodino's tribe teaching sessions. So we are gathered here where we can learn together, grow together, enlighten each other, inspire each other. Take what works for you. I am not sitting here and say I am the way, the truth, and the life. No, I'm sharing from my own experiences. I know ukuthi pentshisi limosha umnyanga because I've seen it, right? I know ukuthi ukudla abo in. I know those things because I've had a lived experience of those things. So I'm not teaching because I'm trying to. I know ukuthi in order for you to actually have izinto zakho zihambe kahle, you have to be on a journey. You don't wake up and pack your bags, because I have seen it, I have experienced it, and I'm dealing with people who their things went south. So I know, but just because I know, it doesn't mean it applies to you. So take what works for you. But they say, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Thank you, Tenjue. Guys, Tenjue is here. Tenjue Comedy. Please follow her on YouTube, on Instagram. One of my mentors who got me here. Tenjue, I think we did good. We'll check in afterwards to see how it went. But yeah, I'm excited. See you Thursday. Next week. We are back every Monday. We're gonna do umgoma uvuswa ingoma. It will also, it's not a live, it's a pre-recorded. It will be uploaded both on YouTube and Facebook. Follow me on TikTok, guys. On TikTok, that's where I bring the bonnet gogo. So the comedian in me comes out, but I teach the truth. I speak about all these societal problems we're experiencing, but it's about the truth. There's a bit of humor there, but we are learning. And I also do like 1-minute videos on a variety of topics. When you are asking yourself this question, then I answer. So there's TikTok, there's Instagram, it's Coco Dineo Lanzi. So all my social media platforms, please, beloved members, there is no any other Coco Dineo who has the following that I have. Make sure you are connecting to the right Coco Dineo. There's a lot of false accounts out there. I will never consult you inbox. I will never consult you on a WhatsApp text messages. My consultation, if you are on the other side of the world, we're going to have to have a video consultation. You will see me, and my voice is quite distinctive. So definitely that. And for our internationals, please also bear with us, because sometimes to navigate the different times, I think fanele ngiphahlele isikhwama esinye sihlalela so I can consult the internationals here. and record it and send them to transcribe for me, because that's that. But no, and mean, you could, how I speak, even my language, this is not Kokot. So please do not fall. I do not bring back lost lovers. I don't make young understand things grow. I don't give lots of numbers. I am a healer, and I work in an organic way. So meaning that we together have to do the work, because my work is to bring out the healer in you. You already are one. My work is to activate, is make you take back, activate your power. And knowing that when I return you back to your truth self, as your old self dies, is very painful and it's hard, but it is worth it. It is worth it. Yeah. Uthi Vuyekazi Gogo did not tried their luck with me. I told them I lost their banking details. They must send them again. They did very fast. Are you? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Siviwe is my assistant, guys. She's here on the live. There is, please visit our website is .com, and the booking information is there, and it is a protected website, so you can mess with that. Thank you so much. Thank you to my regular tribe. I see you, Kumo. I see you, Lungi. I see you, Lois. So thank you, tribe. I'll get feedback from you about how we did, because my tribe is not only here to cheer me on, but they're here to also give me points of growth. So I really appreciate. But I'm really excited, and the lighting is good. The next time we're gonna have some more greater things. Now you could see a bit of we're building up my study here. So yeah, it's been beautiful. Remember to share, like, subscribe, put your notification buttons on. Please make recommendation, tribe members, about next week. Do you want to do a Q&A because we've got new Facebook members, or are we having a topic to discuss? Cornelius, we are based in Cosmos City. And our address, if you look on Google, it says the Danzi Institute of Spiritual Healing. You will find our address there, but we do online, or what we call visual consultation. So you don't have to be in Gauteng or Joburg. We can connect with you anywhere in the world. Thank you so much, guys. Love and light.